Hi, it's Miss Adrienne with another Herrick District Library story time. This is a preschool story time, and it is dedicated to all things summery water. Now, I have been participating in this summer's reading program, and if you have been joining in, you know that one thing we're encouraging you to do is to make a goal to connect with the community, the area around us, and our community actually has a lot of water. We have lakes, we have sprinklers, pools, all sorts of fun things. So, our story time today goes perfectly with that, and we'll do some moving and learn some new languages, some Spanish, some sign language, and you will also recognize a familiar story that I just couldn't help putting my own twist on. So here we go. We like to start with a Hello Friend song, which suspiciously sounds a lot like our Goodbye Friends song. So if you know this one, you also know how we're going to say goodbye at the end. Here we go. It goes like this. Hello, friends. This is sign language for friends. Hello, friends. It's time to say hello. Here we go. Hello, friends. Hello, friends. Hello, friends. It's time to say hello. Well, hello there. And this story time is getting started with something that you are really, really good at. It involves las manos, it involves jabón, and it involves agua. It's a hand washing song. And in Spanish, hands, it's las manos. And then we have jabón, soap. And we have agua, water. And this tune is pretty catchy, so if you need a new hand washing song, this one might be a good one to add into your rotation. Here's how it goes. Yo me lavo las manos. Yo me lavo las manos con jabón y un poquito de agua. Yo me lavo las manos. Yo me lavo las manos con jabón y un poquito de agua. You think you can do it fast? Let's see. Yo me lavo las manos. Yo me lavo las manos con jabón y un poquito de agua. There we go. Now that you have washed your hands, I would like to share a story with you. Now, this is a familiar story, but I've made it into a completely different-ish story. And I told you this was all about water. So our story is about a mermaid. Can you make your legs look like you have a mermaid tail? Put them together, spread your feet apart, and then wave them around like a little tail. And then can you sit like a mermaid? Now, sit like a mermaid means you wrap your tail around behind you. It's right behind me here. And you sit up nice and tall. There. We're ready for our mermaid story. Now, this is a story about Goldyfins. And I wonder what sort of watery creature we could use. Because I don't think the three bears like living in water. So Goldyfins wanted to go on a little adventure. So she dove into the water. Let's take a deep breath. And then dive in like a dolphin. Let's try that one more time. And as she swam down, she saw a big shell, a medium shell, and a teeny tiny shell. And they had some very tasty looking treats inside. So, Goldyfins took a big scoop from the big shell. Oh, no thank you. That was too slimy. And then she took a bite out of the medium shell. No thank you. That was too crunchy. And she took a bite out of the little tiny shell. Oh, that is just right. And she ate it all up. Now, her belly was happy, and we did wash our hands before we ate. So that was very good. Her belly was happy. Her adventure was continuing, and she noticed through the seaweed that there were some very nice looking sandy seats where she could have a good sit. So she swam through the seaweed. Now this is a tricky one. We're going to make ourselves into seaweed here. Seaweed is like grass under the water, so it kind of waves around. And this one, I'm going to lay down on my back and then put your feet up and put your arms up and make them wave. And as she swam through the seaweed and came upon the seats, she first sat on a big sandy seat. Whoop! Ooh, that was too slippery. She slipped right off. So she went to the next seat. Ouch! Ooh! That seat was too rocky. Owie! So she went to the last seat and she curled up on it. That is a perfect seat. It was just right. And as she sat, she waved her tail because she was just so happy. Kind of like a dog wagging its tail. And sometimes if you've played in the water and you play in the sand, if you do that to the sand under the water, it starts to dig a hole. And pretty soon, plunk, oops, she fell down into a hole. She ruined that seat. Oh well. So she decided she was ready to swim back up to the surface. So to swim back up, we're going to go up, breathe in, and out as you pump your arms. Ready? And as she came back up to the surface, she saw 3 lovely looking logs. So on the first log, she curled herself up, sit like a mermaid. But pretty soon, she got too hot. It was in the sun. Not great. So she went to the next log and she curled herself up and sat like a mermaid. Oh, and then pretty soon, she started to shiver. It was too shady. So she moved on to the last log and she brought her tail up around, sat like a mermaid. It was just perfect. Just a little bit of shade, a little bit of sunlight. Perfect. It was just right. And she got so comfortable. Eventually she fell asleep. Now, we know that there aren't 3 bears that are going to come into the water and find her. So, instead of bears, we have 3 turtles. The first turtle is a big turtle. We have these turtles around us. We're going to put our legs up like this and then see if you can put your arms underneath. And those become your legs. Your legs are kind of like the shell along with your back. This is a snapping turtle. And that snapping turtle swam up to its big shell of food and said, "Hey, somebody's been eating my food." And then a painted turtle. We have a painted turtle at the library named Swimmy. You put your hands like this. There you go. So the painted turtle swam up to its shell and said, "Hey, somebody's been eating my food." And the baby turtle, we'll do sign language for this one, make a fist with your thumb on top and put the shell over top of it with your other hand. "Hey, somebody ate up all of my food in my tiny little shell." Oh. So they went over to their special sandy seats.
"Hey, somebody's been sitting on my slippery sandy seat."
"Hey, somebody's been sitting on my rocky sandy seat." "Hey, somebody's been sitting on my sandy seat and they ruined it." So they swam up to the surface.
"Hey, somebody's been sitting on my sunny log."
"Hey, somebody's been enjoying my shady log." "Hey, there's a mermaid sleeping on my perfect log." Now Goldyfins heard them talking and woke up. Now the turtles explained to her that those were their shells and their special seats and their special logs. And Goldyfins felt so bad. She did not mean to hurt their feelings. She didn't really even know that they belonged to anyone. So she wanted to make it right. So those turtles brought her back down, and together she helped gather some more food. She helped fix the seat. She made a seat for herself too, because it was so perfect. And there was even room on the log to share with the baby turtle, because it was just a tiny little turtle. So there was a little bit of sharing, and she was able to help make it right again. So that is how our mermaid Goldyfins came to be friends with the 3 turtles. Thank you for helping me tell that story. I have another familiar song for you. This one is not about things that are in the water, but actually things that go on top of the water. What could go on top of the water? Sometimes we can take boats onto the water and we row them. Now, of course, I will add my own little twist to this. So we'll start with the normal song, "Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream." Lovely. We'll start with that and then I'll teach you a twist. "Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream." And then we're going to row our boat gently down a creek. It's like a little baby river. So we're going to row our boat gently down the creek. And if you see a swimming mouse, what? If you see a swimming mouse, don't forget to squeak. So creek rhymes with squeak. Here we go. Row, row, row your boat gently down the creek. If you see a swimming mouse, don't forget to squeak. And then I have another version. Now it's with a much less cute animal. I don't know, you might think it's cute, maybe. Some people think it's a little creepy. We are going to row our boat gently down the river. Okay, gently down the river. And if you see, are you ready? If you see a spider crawling, don't forget to shiver. Sometimes we shiver when we get nervous. Ooh. Okay, are you ready? Here we go. Row, row, row your boat gently down the river. If you see a spider crawling, don't forget to shiver. And this last one might be the silliest out of all of them. This one involves rowing our boat gently through the pond. A pond is like a little lake. So we're going to row our boat gently through the pond. And if you see a magic hat, what would we do with a magic hat that rhymes with pond? We'll have to wave a magic pond wand. Do you have a magic wand? Wave your magic wand. I wonder what will happen to this magic hat when we wave our magic wand. Let's see. Row, row, row your boat gently through the pond. If you see a magic hat, wave your magic wand. Hey! There was a fun little furry friend hiding in there. Should we do that one again? That was pretty fun. I like that one. Okay. Row, row, row your boat gently through the pond. If you see a magic hat, wave your magic wand. Yay! Thank you, Mr. Bunny Rabbit. Lovely. So nice of you to join us. Back into your hat. Whoop. There we go. And now we're going to cool down and wrap up. Our cool down song is all about rain. Rain can help calm us, especially when it's a nice light rain. And then it's even better when the sun comes out after the rain. So here's how this one goes. I'm going to use my hands to be the rain. Rain is falling down, splash. Rain is falling down, splash. Pitter patter, rain is falling down, splash. Let's do that one again. Ready? Make your hands into the rain. Rain is falling down, splash. Rain is falling down, splash. Pitter patter, rain is falling down, splash. And then we're going to cover up because the sun is going to peek out. Ready? Sun is peeking out. Peek! Sun is peeking out. Peek! Peeking here, peeking there. Sun is peeking out. Peek! So on those rainy days, just remember that the sun will peek out again. It's something to look forward to. And now let's go ahead and sing our special goodbye song. Remember, this one is very similar to our hello song. We're going to say, instead of hello, friends, we're going to say goodbye, friends. Here we go. Goodbye, friends. Goodbye, friends. Goodbye, friends. It's time to say goodbye. Thanks for joining us. We hope that you will join us again for Preschool Storytime.